Today we're diving into a concept that wants to pretty much blow up higher education as we know it. So we're looking at this pitch for a platform called UniIQ. And get this, they're calling it the uncollege revolution. Big words, right? Let's jump in and see what that's all about.
So right out of the gate, they hit you with this. The whole idea here is that this isn't some future prediction. Nope, they're saying the revolution is already happening because people are just done with the old university model. The foundation's already cracked, and that's where something new can grow.
All right, so before we get into what UniQ is, we've got to understand the problem they think they're solving. And trust me, they're not mincing words. Their whole argument is that the college system we have right now, it's not just flawed, it's completely broken.
And look, this isn't some abstract philosophical debate. They ground their argument in cold, hard, and frankly, painful numbers. That number right there, 100 grand. That's the figure they point to as the symbol for the insane amount of debt students are walking away with. And when you see a number like that, you really have to start asking, is it worth it?
And they don't stop at the debt. They actually call the whole system a trap. Because, it's not just the money. It's the 4 years of what they call filler content. It's the fact that a lot of the teaching is done by adjuncts who are underpaid and overworked. And when you pile all that up, the whole return on investment, the ROI, they're arguing it just doesn't add up anymore.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing to tear something down, but what do you build to replace it? If the old model's broken, you better have a pretty good alternative. So what is it? Let's get into their solution.
So their big idea, their alternative, is all about a huge pivot. It's about shifting focus away from just getting a degree and turning towards something they just call intelligence. And that's where this platform, UniIQ, comes into the picture.
So what is UniIQ? Well, think of it like this. It's a super lean, direct-to-you educational marketplace. The whole idea is to strip away all the university junk, the bureaucracy, the massive admin buildings, all that overhead, and just keep the one thing that really matters, the smartest professors talking directly to the students who want to learn from them. That's it.
And this right here, this is the core bet they're making. It's a huge gamble on what people will value in the future. Their whole model is built on this one idea, that the smartest, most driven people, they don't care about a piece of paper anymore. They want the real thing. They want direct access to pure intelligence. They want to be, and I'm quoting here, in the best room with the best people.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But how does it actually work? How do you make it happen? Well, the mechanics are pretty clever. They're designed to be what they call a zero-risk engine for everyone, students and professors.
Okay, so think of it kind of like group buying, but for brain power. Here's how it goes down. Step 1, students who are interested bid for a spot in a class. Step 2, all that money goes into escrow, where it's held safely. Step 3, the class stays locked until enough people sign up, let's say 60 students. Once it hits that number, boom, the class is unlocked. And then, and only then, the professor actually teaches. So a class only happens if there's proven demand. Zero risk, zero waste.
And here's where the numbers really start to make sense. For a student, you're talking maybe $30 to $50 for an hour with a brilliant mind. I mean, that's worlds away from college tuition, right? And for the professor, they put in 1 hour of their time and they get a guaranteed $1,000. No university bureaucracy, no weird pay schedules. It's just clean, simple, direct.
Now, to keep this whole thing running super smoothly and efficiently, they do something pretty interesting with assessments. They hand it all over to an AI. And this is a huge deal, because it means professors don't have to grade anything. They can just focus on teaching. And for students, you get instant, tough feedback, no waiting around.
But wait, it's not just about buying single classes. No, the vision here is way, way bigger than that. They're actually trying to create a full-blown replacement for the college diploma itself.
And that replacement is called the Gold Credential. It stands for Graduate of Learning Devotion. And the key word here is devotion. This isn't something you get once and then you're done. The whole idea is for it to be a living credential. So don't think of it like a diploma you hang on the wall to gather dust. Think of it more like a live dashboard of your skills. It's designed to prove what you're capable of right now, not what you studied years ago.
And this is how they frame the showdown. You've got the old way, the traditional degree. It's static. It's a one-time thing. It's basically a historical document. And then you've got their new way, the gold credential. It's alive. It's continuous. It's always up to date. It's real proof of what you can do today.
So how do you keep this gold status? It's actually pretty simple. You just don't stop learning. You have to stay in the room, stay in the game. To keep your credential active, you have to keep participating. It's a system that's built from the ground up to reward constant, lifelong learning, not just that 4-year sprint you did a decade ago.
So as we get to the end of the pitch, it all comes together in this really big, bold vision. They're framing this whole thing as a way to take back education, to reclaim it for who they call the curious and the bold.
And the messaging here is, well, it's intense and is totally unapologetic. This first slogan, improve or lose, that's not subtle, right? It's aimed squarely at people with a high-performance mindset, people who see learning as a weapon, a competitive advantage, not just something nice to have.
And they follow that right up with this. It's a call to action. This isn't about just getting by or trying not to fail. The whole point is to get on the offensive, to aggressively position yourself to win. And to win in a world where, according to them, the only thing that's going to matter is what you can prove you can do right now.
And so that really leaves us with the one massive question at the heart of this entire idea. I mean, think about it. In a world where skills and jobs are changing faster than ever, could something like this living credential, a real-time verifiable proof of what you know, could that actually end up being more valuable to an employer than a traditional diploma? It's a really powerful thought to end on.